Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Your mentor, Narco speaking. Welcome to our first free market breakdown session of 2024. Wishing you a profitable 2024 ahead. Make sure you guys make sure you create goals and not resolutions, because goals are more faster to achieve if you create maybe your short-term goals, mid-term and long-term goals. They are more faster to achieve. Okay, so another thing, happy new year to you guys, to you two guys. Good evening, Nako. Hi guys, happy new year. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into our free market breakdown session. So uh so here we have USD CHF currently on a downtrend here on the daily chart, as you can see. So here we have this break of structure, we have this beautiful break of structure, and here we can see that price has tapped us into our golden zone and pushed to the downside. Okay, so next week on USD CHF, we'll be looking for the same thing. As we can see that when price tapped us into our golden zone, our previous lower low was violated. Okay, so when our previous lower low has been violated, we have this break of structure that is formed. Okay, so immediately when we have that on our daily chart, we can take our fib level from our high to our low, and that's when we're going to get our golden zone entry, where we can look to take our entries from. Okay, so another thing what I like about this entry here is that it's confluenced by a supply area inside here. As you can see, if I just zoom in here inside this golden zone, there is a supply area within our golden zone here. Okay, so this means that this is a this gives more probability into our trade here on USD CHF. Okay, so as you can see now, USD CHF is currently ranging at this low here. So if you want to maybe catch trades from this low to the upside to our golden zone to push down there, you can go to your lower time frame, maybe your 2 hour chart, and you can catch your trades from there. Okay, so as you can see here on the low of the USD CHF, we have a counter trend that is going on, whereby we have this shift of market structure that has been formed here. So what can happen is that we also can see that we have this high that was violated here. So immediately when we have that high that is violated, we have a break of structure here. Okay, and now we can look to take our buying opportunities from this golden zone here. Okay, to push to the upside, to push price to the upside. Okay, if you miss this trade, you can always catch the other one, whereby if price does this, you can always catch a trade like this, um whereby this break of structure can be formed here, and then maybe catch a demand area or a golden zone area from here. Okay, and push to the upside. Okay, so this here is our lower time frame, our intraday time frame trade, and this here is our daily time frame trade. Okay, on our daily time frame, this is what we have, and that's what we have on our 2 hour time frame. Okay, so moving on to our next pair, we have gold here. Let me just remove every drawing so I can explain it from a top-down analysis perspective. Okay, so this is what we have on gold. We can clearly see that we are in a bullish trend, whereby we have this higher high, higher low, and we have this higher high here. Okay, so Previously, our higher high has been violated, and we have this break of structure that has been formed. And here we had this supply, this demand area that was respected by price, okay? And price pushed to the upside to violate our previous higher high here, okay? So now what's catchy about gold here is that our previous higher high was violated, but it was not violated, but by a candle, a full body candle close, okay? Meaning that price has to violate our previous higher high with a full body candle close in order for it to be a violated higher high. Okay, so now for now we have this buy side liquidity here that was grabbed, and now we still have this buy side liquidity here that also uh needs to be grabbed. Okay, so now what we're looking for, what we're looking for from gold is that we're looking for on our lower time frame. This is what we have on our lower time frame. This is what we have here on gold, whereby price has been raging in a bearish trend, and we can clearly see that this here is our break of structure, and we have this supply zone that price tapped in and is currently facing to the downwards. Okay, so when so we currently going to catch our trades from here to the downwards until this point here, whereby on the 4 hour time frame we have this on the 3 hour time frame we have this demand area that has tapped in. Okay, so we have this beautiful demand area that has tapped in. Also, this can be a golden zone entry, I presume. There you go. This can also be a golden zone entry that was tapped in, but then for now we'll just use what you call the demand zone there. Okay, so this here is going to be our break of structure, and this demand zone was tapped in and price pushed to the upside. Okay, so now from since that demand area was tapped in, there could be potential confirmation entries that could um happen. Okay, so this here is going to be our break of structure, and this here is going to be our change of character. Okay, so now from gold, what we're waiting for is that we're waiting for price to tap us in into this beautiful demand area so that you can push price to the upside to grab the buy side liquidity. Okay, so we're waiting for price to tap us into this demand area so that you can push price to the upside to tap us to grab the what you call the buy side liquidity at this point here. Okay, so that's it for what you call for gold on the top down analysis for gold. Moving on to our next pair, which is euro USD. I'm just going to do the same thing with euro USD. So USD has been moving in a a bullish trend here from this point here, as you can see. So price has been violating our higher highs and respecting our higher lows, violating our higher highs, respecting our higher lows, as you can see there. Okay, so now since we have that, we are going to move to our 3 hour chart and see how price has been reacting from our points there. Okay, so this is what we have from euro USD, whereby from this point here. Okay, so from this point here, this is what we have from euro USD. So here we only have this higher low, and this high here. Okay, so from this high, we know that this is a break of structure that has been formed, and this here is our this here is our potential demand area that we want price to tap us in, okay? That we want price to tap us in and push to the upside. Okay, let me just quickly move to my 4-hour chart. And also, you are more than welcome to use your 4-hour chart demand area. But then for me, this is a big demand area to take my trade from. So I use the 3-hour demand area. Okay, so let's just see how price reacts from our demand area. So as you can see, the price tapped us into our demand area and push. Now, as you can see, the price tapped us into our demand area and now it pushed to the upside, as you can see. So immediately when you take your entries here at this demand area, your take profits are going to be at this high here. Okay, so this is going to be where you take your profits. Okay, so let's just wait and see how price what price does. As you can see, our take profit now has been hit and now we can look for more trades. Okay, so immediately when your previous higher high has been violated, you a break of structure has been formed, is being formed, and now you can look for your other trades. Okay, so now let's wait and see what happens. As you can see, price has been ranging at that point here. So now we can take our other entries from Euro USD. Okay, so it's always advisable that if you're in an uptrend, you take your buying opportunities only, because you want to be on the good side the of the market. Okay, so since now we have this break of structure, we have this high, this higher low, this higher high, this higher low, and this higher high, we can look to take our entries from our demand, our golden zone here. Okay, so we're going to place our golden zone from our low to our high here and mark off our golden zone. Okay, let me just do this so you guys can see. Okay, so this is what we have from Euro USD. So this here is going to be my golden zone. Okay, so let me just play price and see what happens. Okay, as you can see, the price just violated that, just spiked out of our golden zone and is currently pushing to the upside. Okay, so now what happens and what can you do when price spikes out of your point of interest or your supply and demand area or your golden zone? What you can do is that you can go to your lower time frame. You can always go to your lower time frame. As you can see here, price just hit our stop loss and now is currently pushing to the upside. So what you can do is that you can go to your lower time frame and look for your confirmation entries. Okay, so this here is going to be your this here is going to be your break of structure, and now this here is going to be your change of character. Okay, so once you have that, you're just going to wait for price to pull back to the downside, and you can use your golden zone entry to take your confirmations to take your confirmation entries from. Okay, so this is going to be where you're taking your confirmation entries, and now let's see what price does. Okay, so as you can see, the price taps us in and currently pushes to the upside. Okay, so what I love to do when I have confirmation entries is that I like to take first my first take profits here, my first partials here, lock my trades at my entry here. Then I go to my higher time frame entry, my higher time frame setup, and what I do is that what I do is that I'm going to take my second partials here at halfway of the trade, and then this here is going to be my where I close my trade fully. Okay, so let's just see what price does. As you can see, price shoots to the upside and smashes our take profit there. Okay, so let's just check how many our trade is this. So we took our entries from the 2-hour chart. This is where we took our entries. So ultimately, we took our entries from the 2-hour chart, and this is where we are going to take our full close, our last take profit. Okay, so ultimately, this is a 35-hour trade here. As you can see, let me just do this. It's a 35-hour trade. So that's what we had on Euro USD. So let's just see what happens next on Euro USD. So ultimately, when price has done this and violated our previous higher high, we have this higher low that was violated and a break of structure that was formed. Okay, so and ultimately, if price respected our golden zone, we can look to take our other entries from our golden zone here to push with price to the upside. Okay, let me just delete this and see what price does. Okay, so as you can see, the price just reacts from our golden zone, then violates it, and also violates our previous higher low. Okay, so immediately when this happens, um that means that we could be in a changing trend. Okay, so we have a change of character that was formed, meaning that now we could be moving from this bullish order flow, this bullish order flow to a bearish order flow. Okay, so let's just wait and see what price does. Just skip to the real time. Okay, so now this is what we have from Euro USD. Okay, so since we have this from Euro USD, we know that there's this break of structure and this change of character that was formed, and now we could be looking for our potential entries to the downside for Euro USD. Okay, so now we can look to take our entries, our higher time frame entries from Euro USD at this beautiful supply area here, at this beautiful supply area here. And now we can see that Euro USD reacted from this supply area here to push price to the downside. Okay, so we can just give that a little bit more space. Euro USD reacted from this supply area here. I'm not saying that this supply area is going to hold. I'm just saying that it reacted from this supply area. Okay, so now also on Euro USD on the lower on our counter trend here, Euro USD has been uh in a what you call a bullish order flow, meaning that price has been respecting our higher lows and violating our higher highs, respecting our higher higher lows and violating our higher highs at that point. Okay, so what happened is that Euro USD created this break of structure here, and also it respected this beautiful demand area here at this point. Okay, and pushed to the upside. Okay, so also next on Euro USD, what we're expecting price to do is that price created this beautiful break of structure, and we're looking for price to respect this supply, this demand area here, to push price to the upside to our main supply area on our higher time frame. Okay, so we're looking for price to respect this demand area so that we can take our entries from our entries uh, at this supply area here on our higher time frame. So this is what we are looking for from Euro USD. Okay, so moving on to our next pair, which is AUD USD. Just the symbol analysis from AUD USD. As you can see, price has been pushing to the pushing bullishly, so whereby we have this break of structure here, and we'll be looking to taking our entries at this demand area here. Okay, at this demand area here, so that we can push price to the upside. So this is where we can take our potential buying opportunities. Okay, so that's it for AUD/USD. Moving on to our next pair, which is GBP and ZD. Let me just remove everything and explain it from a top-down perspective. Okay, so from GBP/USD, this is what we have. We can clearly see that we are moving in a bullishly trend, whereby we have this higher high and this higher low. We have this higher high too. Okay, so once this higher high was violated, we have a break of structure that was formed, and we have this demand area that we potentially looking for price to tap us in and respect. Okay, but then since this is the daily time frame, so what happens if price pushes to the upside before price taps us in into our demand area? Okay, so you can always take your counter trend trades from your lower time frame. So for instance, here on the 2 hour chart, we have this setup here on GBP NZD, whereby we have this break of structure that was formed, and we have this beautiful supply area that price can tap us in, so that we can push price to the downside to tap us in into our demand area on our higher time frame. Okay, so this is what we currently have on GBP and ZD. So we have this supply area. So this can be a potential sell to buy model, whereby we're going to take our selling opportunities here. And since this is the higher time frame, we can look for our confirmation entries and tap and take our entries from our confirmation entries to push price to the upside to our target at our daily previous high. Okay, so that's it for our GBP NZD. Moving on to CAD JPY. So previously on CAD JPY, we can clearly see that here price created a change of character at this point here. So yeah. So this is what we had on CAD JPY on the 5 hour chart, whereby we were moving in a bullishly trend, and our previous higher low was violated, creating a change of character at this point here. Since we have that, we can look to take our entries from this supply area to push price to the downside. Okay, so this here is going to be our supply area, and now we'll be looking to take our entries from this point here to push price to the downside. Okay, let's just play price and see what happens. As you can see, their price taps us in into our supply area and pushes to the downside. Okay, so immediately when price taps you into your supply area, your take profits are going to be at your low here. Okay, so this is where are going to take your profits. Okay, so let's just wait for price and see what happens. Okay, so this is what we have from CAT-JPY on real-time market. Okay, so CAT-JPY is currently pushing bearishly, so whereby we have this low here, and we have this higher high, and we have this low here. Okay, so since price is pushing bearishly, so we are looking for our lower high to be respected. Okay, so we have this we have this break of structure that has been formed, and we have this beautiful supply area that we want CAT-JPY to respect. Okay, we have this beautiful supply area that we want CAT-JPY to respect, so that we can push price to the downside. Okay, so that's it for CAT-JPY. Moving on to our next pair, which is NAS 100. So for NAS 100 has been a beautiful pair. Let me just do a top-down analysis, a quick one from it. So this okay, so NAS 100 has been in a bullish trend like that. And if we take our fib level from this low here to our high here, there's going to be a level here marked out for our golden zone that potentially price can tap us in. Okay, so also we have this break of structure here. We have this break of structure here that has been formed, and price ultimately violated our previous higher low here at this point, and we can look to take our entries from our golden zone here. So once you have your golden zone there, that's where you can potentially take your buying, your selling opportunities there. So let's just see what price does. So price taps us in into our golden zone and pushes to the downside like that. And also you can take your other trades. Since price violated our previous low there, you can mark that out as your break of structure, and also take your potential trades here again on your golden zone entry. Okay, and push price down. Okay, push can take your selling opportunities there. And as you can see there, price tapped us in into our golden zone and pushed to the downside. And now price tapped us in into our golden zone here at this point, and we can take our buying opportunities from there. And ultimately, taking your buying opportunities here, this is where you're going to take your profits at this high here. Okay, so as you can see there, price tapped us into our golden zone and pushed to the upside. Okay, so currently what we have on NAS 100 is this, whereby we have this break of structure here. Since our previous high was violated, this is what we have. We have this break of structure formed, and now we can potentially look to take our next higher time frame entries at this point here. At this point here. But then since this is the daily time frame, it's going to take long since for price to reach our golden zone. So what we can do is that we can take our counter trend trades from our lower time frame, Okay, so from the 30-minute chart, I managed to see that there is our 15-minute chart here. I managed to see that price has been ranging in a downtrend, and we have this break of structure here, and price tapped us into our supply area here, okay? Our supply area here, and is currently pushing to the downside. Okay, so now from NAS 100, we can take our pro trend trades from our 5-minute chart at this level here, whereby we have this break of structure, and we can potentially take our selling opportunities here from this 5-minute supply area to push price to the downside to our higher time frame golden zone entry on the daily chart. Okay, so that's what we have for um NAS 100. So with CAT CHF, this is what we have. So price has been ranging in a downtrend, creating our lower highs and violating our lower lows. Okay, so what we have now is that price created this break of structure here, and price will be looking for price to tap us into our golden zone and push to the downside. Okay, so moving on to our last pair, which is our last pair for this session, which is Euro JPY. So from Euro JPY, we can clearly see that it's currently forming a shift of market structure whereby uh, we can clearly see that this high here was violated, creating a break of structure, creating a break of structure. And previously, our golden zone here was respected, pushed to the upside. And now what we're looking for next week is that we're looking for Euro JPY to also push to the upside. Let me just go to my 2-hour chart. Okay, so what we're looking from Euro JPY is that we're looking for price to pull back and tap us into a golden zone and push to the upside from our golden zone. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our free market breakdown session. Just wanted to yes, we have come to an end from our free market breakdown session. Just wanted to say that there is a promotion that I'm currently running. As I said, prices of my mentorship has returned to back to normal, but then I'm currently running a 50% off from all my mentorship, my lifetime packages, meaning that all my packages are 50% off. Okay, so my recorded mentorship, which is the recorded mentorship only, is currently at $15, signals $30, mentorship and signals $43, and my online one-on-one mentorship is at $70. Okay, so if you're interested from learning this, you can currently inquire about me about this. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have come to an end of our previous our free market breakdown session. So how was the session, ladies and gentlemen? Did you enjoy? Did you learn something out of it? How was the session, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining this free market breakdown session. Wishing you guys a profitable year.